It started with a small movement in the corner of the yard. At first, it looked like nothing more than a little blob shifting in the grass. But when someone looked closer, there they were, two tiny kittens, weak and sneezing, their eyes crusted shut. At first, the thought was that their mom must be nearby. Maybe she was just out looking for food and would be back soon. But something felt off. The kittens didn't look healthy, and both of them kept sneezing over and over. Their little eyes were stuck with dried gunk, and they could barely see. It was clear they needed help right away. The decision was made to take them to the vet. It turned out both kittens had serious infections. The vet explained that it was severe but not hopeless. With proper care and medicine, there was a chance they could recover. It wasn't going to be easy, but leaving them alone wasn't an option. Every night became a routine. Their eyes had to be cleaned, medicine had to be given, and someone needed to watch them closely to make sure they were breathing okay. It was a lot of work for such small animals, but seeing their little bodies start to gain energy was worth it. After about a week of antibiotics, they began to look brighter. Their eyes cleared, their sneezing slowed down, and they started to move around with more confidence. For the first time, there was hope they were going to make it. Originally, the plan was to nurse them back to health and then reunite them with their mom. But days turned into weeks, and their mother never came back. The reality set in. They weren't going anywhere. They had found their new family, and now they had someone who wasn't going to give up on them. Life with two growing kittens was anything but calm. They had endless energy, climbing everywhere, chasing each other, and turning even quiet moments into chaos. But they also brought so much joy. Even when they were small, they loved being close. Sometimes one of them would curl up right on his shoulder or sneak into a lap while games were being played on Twitch. The timing was always funny. They seemed to know the exact moment to jump on the desk, usually right when things were the most intense. And of course, if a game was lost, the kittens were blamed. After all, who can focus with two little furballs running across the keyboard? The community watching the live streams quickly fell in love with them too. Feeding them, caring for them, and watching them grow became something shared with thousands of people. Every little milestone, eyes opening wider, their first playful zoom eyes, or even just their loud purrs, was celebrated. They became more than just pets. They became part of a bigger story that so many people cared about. Looking back, it was a lot of responsibility. Waking up through the night, making sure they ate enough, cleaning their eyes, and keeping track of their medicine, it was nonstop. But it didn't feel like a burden. Instead, it felt exciting. Each morning brought something new. More energy, more playfulness, and more signs that the kittens were getting stronger. As they grew, their personalities started to shine. One was mischievous, always climbing and exploring, while the other was more gentle, preferring cuddles and naps. But together, they were inseparable. They followed each other everywhere, playing, wrestling, and curling up to sleep side by side. Now they are healthy, happy, and full of life. The sick, fragile kittens once fighting to survive are now strong and playful cats who light up every room they enter. They remind everyone watching them that love and care can change everything. Rescuing them wasn't part of the plan at first, but sometimes life surprises you in the best ways. They weren't just saved, they became family. If this story touched you, give it a like. Even sharing it can help more animals find the love and safety they deserve.